Hi guys, it's Tracy in Australia. I just want to wish everyone a very happy new year and I hope you have a wonderful 2024. This is my latest project and I have called it a slow Christmas. It took me a little while to complete. It's very wintry in theme with just a touch of Christmas is how I would describe it. And I'll zoom out so that you can see the whole journal. It's kind of tall, so it's 8 3/4 by 4.5 inches. The cover is a soft one. It's been made from a piece of an old quilt, which is quite tatty. There's a couple of holes. It's been very grunged up with tea and with ink. I've done a collage on the front centered around this really cute image of a child and their Christmas stocking, and their pajamas are as tatty as my journal. Love these old buttons. There's a rusty pin, there's bits of old doilies, tea-dyed muslin, and I have added a little bit of gold. I have this really interesting trim which comes on a roll, and it's like gilded and net. Okay, let's dive in and have a look. So there are 8 folded pages, which actually gives you 32 sides back and front. And I have done collaging on quite a few of the pages. So there are some blank pages and ephemera that you can write on the back of, but it's not just a plain writing journal. I chose to leave the inside of the cover as it was with the stitching. You can see threads and all sorts of things. So this was actually a masterboard that I received in a swap, and I've just added some washi tape and this gorgeous photo of these children in the cutest little outfits dragging a Christmas tree. So I backed a very old and fragile piece of music paper to the back of that, and there's bits of sticky tape holding it together as well as the glue. I've made a pocket out of a piece of lace and then done a little cluster on the bottom and added this gorgeous die cut of a snowflake and a vintage button. So this is from Ruby&Pearl's kit, Christmas Morning, which is really sweet. We used a Tim Holtz stamp on the back of that. And I've used a couple of those images and pages in this journal, and this is another one over here. So I added a little bit, I love this, I added some glitter to, yeah, you can see it now. To that tree, die cut of a snowflake, a little bit of lace and tulle added there. On the back I collaged, made a pocket out with some music paper and then added a button and some. I've used embossing folders to decorate various things in this journal. This little piece is from Ruby&Pearl, and then I had this I think this is from the Ruby&Pearl, that kit as well. Gorgeous little photo of some children in winter. So this is a Spellbinders die, and then I also ran it through the embossing folder to give it some texture. Little bit of tatty lace down there. Tag that I've made. You can see that the paper is very distressed and grungy. I've added some washi tapes there. A vintage music page, and again the cluster with the snowflake. There's that gold trim that I was talking about. It just looks like gilding. I really love it. Some more collaging centered around a photo. Another of the masterboard pieces that I've added to. So when I looked for photos, I looked for ones that were, you know, from the early 1900s, or which this one was, or, you know, 1930s, 1940s, 50s sorts of ones. I love that vintage feel. So this I've just included the little die cut. This is a little, I chose that for the colour. It's a printable. I can't remember who that one's from, which is very unusual for me. And then I've made a tag with an embossing folder. So I just chose those things to layer up because of the colours, and there's a lace pocket. So this is from a copy of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, which I had. I've used that trim to reinforce the page and some paper as well. And blank page here. This is actually a page from the old design shop. I love this. Everything for your Christmas tree, and really cute. And I also am lucky enough to have been gifted some vintage tinsel, and I've included that in there for someone to enjoy. That was from my mother-in-law, and she has lots of gorgeous vintage things from Germany. And I'm going to get that stuck. Don't you love when that happens? So little paper clip, and I've turned the edge over there and put a bell on the top. This is really cool. I have this old book. I think it's from the 1940s. And it's like a technology book or construction book. And it had these little pages at the end which included instructions for making Christmas decorations. So I thought that was pretty cute. Here I've got an envelope. I've added the die cut, and inside just little bits and pieces that you can play with around the Christmas theme. And this is the page before the center, and so it's got the 25th to represent Christmas. Really gorgeous vintage image, and it has a little poodle. They're looking around the corner at the Christmas tree, so I had to include that. I've actually left that open as a little pocket. This is an embossed piece of paper underneath, and a bit of collaging up the top. So this is the center of the journal. This is a page from Ruby&Pearl. I've also used some of her holy cards here. I backed them with embossed gold paper, and then on the back of that I included coffee dyed paper or tea dyed paper. I don't coffee dye, I tea dye, and a die cut of a crown. Then I came across this gorgeous image of these two little girls, very Victorian. I've added some stickles to the little candles, a bit of lace, and a little gold holly piece. And then this trim, which is really beautiful, quite glittery, is from the Australian shop Which Craft Do You Do? There's some really cool stuff. Made a pocket with this piece of lace, and then put this image of the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus in there. That's actually printed onto glossy photo paper, and it really came out quite nicely. It really pops. This is, I chose this image because of the church in winter, but it's a Christmas card. So again, a page from the Christmas Carol, and then I'm lucky enough to have a copy of, it's like a real copy, an authentic piece of ephemera, of the Girls' Own newspaper, and it's from 1902. So I used the masthead to make a pocket, because one of my things that I want to do this year is use some of the vintage ephemera that I have. So this is an inscription that was in a book from 1931. And I've kept that for ages, thought that was really cute. And this is an authentic French postcard, and it's of the cathedral in Rouen. Oh, there is a date there. I can't really read it though. So yeah, I'm trying to include some of the few pieces of vintage ephemera that I have. So again, another piece of the masterboard. I've put vintage music paper and then made a pocket and done some collaging on that. That's a really cute image of a child pulling a sled with snowballs on it. This was a piece from the old design shop, which I have very grunged up and distressed. And it's an ad for sleighs. So I then added a Victorian image of a couple being pulled in a sleigh by their horse. And this one is a little, it looks like maybe 1950s, two cute kids with some Christmas parcels. They're going to deliver them on their sled. More images of children playing in the snow. Lots of collaging on this page. I used a really quite old Gothic script German book page, and then lots of other bits and pieces, including bits of doilies and an old button card or a tag that I've made. And then these bits are from the Graphics Fairy, not the Graphics Fairy, old design shop. And it's also a pocket here, and I've just popped another piece of that in there. On the back, I've made a pocket using an embossed piece of an embossed card, and then made a belly band. And into that, I've put this really cute image of this little fellow. He's got very old-fashioned skates on, and someone's tied a pillow to his bottom for those fall-over moments. Church in winter, little ad for some skates, very vintage. Another piece of lace here is a pocket, and then I've collaged a card or tag. More collaging. So this is, the background is Ruby&Pearl paper, and then I've just added some other bits to it and popped this really cute letter, French letter from the 1970s. That was a purchase from Which Craft Do You Do as well. Love this die cut, and I've added an image from of the snow, and there's a little quote from the Psalms about snow. And then I found these really cool, this is Sunday Reading for the Young, and it was from a newspaper from 1885. This is a copy, and there's a little poem about the snow with religious meaning. And on the back, Ruby&Pearl, the other side of that paper. And I've made a pocket here. This is that very, very fragile vintage music paper. Embossed card, very wintry, very cute. Added a bit of bling up the top. Cute image of some children and a giant snowball with what looks like a standard poodle on the top. And Arc de Triomphe in the background, so that's French. And this little piece comes from a newspaper called The Months Illustrated from 1881. It's some music and a really cute image of a little bunny in the snow, footprints. And that colour was just right for this little journal. A little glassine bag with some little snowflake die cuts. And this is my final page with a little image. Again, vintage, children on skis, and this little fellow has a little sled that you push along. Okay, that's it, my slow Christmas journal. I hope you've enjoyed the flip through, and I will see you again soon.